Oh, gamers. Oh, gamers. It's time. Oh, almost time. I'm surprised their stream hasn't started yet, honestly. I'm hoping we'll see the buffs for the characters that they're gonna be buffing. Like Silverwolf. Who was it? Silverwolf, Blade, and Kafka? Is that what it was? No, Jing Liu. Not Kafka. Jing Liu. Jing Liu. I just hope Silverwolf gets decent buffs. Because, you know, he's like my favorite HSR character. Gaming? Gaming. What up, Damon? I'm so glad you're here. I missed you the last couple preview live streams. I always love saying like Genshin could never, or Wuwa could never, or ZZ could. Actually, ZZ could never doesn't usually happen, but it does happen, but rarely. This guy, god damn it, I knew it. Jeez, it's so loud. ZZZ could never. So true. Man, dude, Genshin though? Genshin was so good this week. I still can't believe that. Those two quests are like some of the best they've made in a while, in my opinion. So good. Not to say that Natlan wasn't really good anyway, but I don't know, Natlan hate is so forced. It's ridiculous. We got too many Fontaine and Sumeru Glazers, which I mean is fine. They're both amazing. I love Sumeru and Fontaine, but it's like so many people hate Natlan for some reason. They cooked with gas. Did you end up playing the quests in English, by the way? Yeah, no, I agree. I prefer them both as well. But I think the Natlan story, or the Natlan hate is so forced. Like, they be hating on Natlan like it's Inazuma. And Inazuma didn't even get that much hate when it came out. But that was also before the storytelling got really good. I mean, I don't think the storytelling was bad in Mondstadt or Leeway. At all. As a matter of fact, I think they were pretty good. But, I mean, Inazuma's not all bad either. Inazuma's... I'd say Inazuma's just kind of in the middle. So true. D2 Lightfall. We love Lightfall. I'm getting more and more excited for this upcoming expansion for D2. There was some interesting stuff today. I didn't get to see it all, but I saw some recaps on Twitter about the TWAB or the TWID, whatever the frick they call them nowadays. It's not like they were buffing the shit out of Melee. for some reason. It's like additive instead of multiplicative. Cool. Okay. I'm hoping this isn't too long. Like, my biggest issue with the HSR ones is they're not very well paced. Oh my goodness, oh my gosh. Honkai Star Rail reference? No way. I guess one of my biggest issues with Honkai Star Rail is the pacing of things. Which is fine, I want it to be more of a story-based game anyway. But sometimes they just like to yap. This program is sponsored by Lady Aglaya. Why do we have like a fake PC here? Oh, they opened the trailer. It's not in English. That's not a good sign. Oh, probably because the Hung's talking or something. Oh shit, there he is. I still haven't decided if I'm gonna pull for him or not. That's sick. Oh, there we go. There's the fake collab. Oh my god, is that Saber? No way. Yeah, I'm thinking about skipping him too, honestly. I'm probably gonna skip all the characters this patch, honestly. Then that was a lot of characters for the Fate collab. Like a lot of characters being involved with them. Oh my god, Robin. So what, this collabs we say place on Penacony? Well, the sun is set to die. Oh, redemption code already, Jesus. FTJ6CVTULSX. Yeah, so now it's just Star Rail that's doing the codes that don't make sense. Even Genshin now has codes that... Actually, it's funny because on the last preview live stream, 2 of the redemption codes were predicted. We gonna see Albert now? Yep, there we go. There's our owl goat.
Hey!
Why is he glitching out?
Mr. Albert?
Hello!
Owlbert.
Woo! And whether or not you have a day
The quality
night
looks
sight.
so bad.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the version 3.4 for The Sun is Set to Die
Like
special
their
program.
bitrate is so bad.
I'm your most beloved host, Albert.
Rebooting really does solve all problems. Now we can introduce ourselves. Hi, everyone. I'm Finan. I'm so happy to be on the special program.
Hello, everyone. I'm Anaxagoras.
Wonder why they decided to bring
Nice
it.
to see all of
an
you again.
Exagoras on
Did
here.
you miss me?
Oh, of course we missed you.
Mem is
Well,
also an
guests,
interesting
welcome to the
choice.
show. I have been looking forward to this special program more than anything else. The way the story in the last version left off had my heart racing.
The burning sky. And
Yeah,
the
I can't
fall
wait
of
to see
dawn.
the freaking main
Akuma
quest.
was the last place under Kefali's protection, but now it has also sunk into Evernight.
All of our Chrysosair companions did everything in their power to buy
That
precious
cliffhanger was
time for the
fucked.
Trailblazer and Finan, so they could return the very last core flame to the vortex of Genesis.
We already found out the truth. So what do a few sacrifices matter?
It's wacky.
Every Chrysos heir
I gotta do
was
that one of these
prepared for
days.
this.
Here soon.
You just need to boldly take that last step toward the Era Nova.
But in the trailer just now, it seems like Finan is gonna go through a lot. I saw a few scenes that looked like flashbacks, and I think I even saw a different form of him.
The truth of Amphoris is about to reveal itself. I assume everyone can already tell that all that's happened in Amphoris is not as simple as it seems.
Indeed.
Finan
For
looking
example,
crazy.
when we went to fight Aquila, we noticed that the Eye of Twilight seemed unusually high-tech.
And when the Dawn device went out, many of the structures in Akuma and the Vortex of Genesis started showing strange textures. It was like the whole world was peeling off.
Mm-hmm. Why don't we take a look back at our whole journey so far in Amphoris and lay out our suspicions and clues we have? First, at the end of the 3.3 story, the geniuses reveal that the source of Amphoris' tragedy is an Emperor's scepter that survived to this day.
It has something to do with that erudition god beyond the sky, doesn't it? Even though I don't quite understand these principles, this breeding ground, which switched from following the path of erudition to the path of destruction, must be hiding secrets beyond Era Nova.
In addition, that Tin Man Lygist is also pretty suspicious. He and Finan had a pretty significant conversation in the Vortex of Genesis.
Actually, I was already suspicious of him when he said he could fix the Express and send the Trailblazers back home. Well, the mask is coming off now.
Based on my interactions with him, Lygus doesn't seem to have any desire to oppose the Chrysos heirs. Rather, he only wishes to quietly observe everything as it unfolds.
Could it be
Yeah,
that
spell
everything
Lygus
that's
without
happened so
lie?
far is
True.
exactly what he wanted to see? That title, Theoros, does mean spectator. If we combine this information with what we know about the relationship between the scepter and paths, maybe Amphoreus is being used as a chessboard by people from beyond this world, and Lygus
Sus.
is one of them.
Oh, you're exactly right. If the situation in
You
the
can't just
cosmos
say
is like a
that.
game of chess, then
can't
Amphoris
say
is
a
a trap to
chessboard.
set up the checkmate. But who knows? Maybe the chess pieces themselves can overturn the board. The
Genshin
heroes'
Impact?
Era Nova could affect the worlds beyond the sky, and the Trailblazers' choices may also determine the future of the universe.
But before the Era Nova actually arrives, there's no way to tell what it will bring. The Trailblazers
Exactly.
have already done so much for Amphoreus. I don't want them to have to experience the unknown of Era Nova.
As someone from beyond the sky, they already risked a lot by taking on a demigod's divine authority. If something were to happen in the Era Nova,
No, we can't let them stay. They have to listen to Finan and go home.
Well said. The Trailblazers won't betray the sincerity you've shown them. However, their fate will still be tied to that of Amphoreus. They'll be returning to the battlefield with a very important mission.
On the other hand, I suspect many of our audience members, like me, have some questions about Finan. That Finan we saw in the Vortex of Genesis at the end of the 3.3 story? Why was his name hidden?
Well, maybe that Finan isn't
Why
the
was
one
his
we're
name
all
hidden?
familiar with.
No way.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. But I'll leave the specific details for everyone
Alright,
to find
Albert.
out themselves in the game in version 3.4. I've actually got some other information to reveal to you.
What kind of information?
Following the story's progress, as I've written, we'll receive a big update in this version. In these records that we've kept, you will be able to catch a glimpse of Amphoreus' true nature.
before, as I've written, was like a storybook, keeping record of our friends' stories. Now, Even its appearance has changed. It feels like something big is about to happen.
It looks like it's
Interesting.
turned into some kind of
And it still looks like a
database.
book there.
You can use this system to unlock even more of Amphorius' secrets.
Indeed.
That's right.
True.
Aside from the major updates too, as I've
True,
written,
Damon.
the long-awaited skip dialogue feature, which was previously announced, is finally going live in version 3.4. Story dialogue can now be skipped by section, with
That's
plot
so
summaries
funny.
and the main characters that appeared in each section displayed along the way. Now you can
That's
choose
so
the
funny.
pace of
We got
storytelling
a skip
based
button
on
for
your
those
own
of you that don't
preferences.
want to enjoy the
In
story.
version
Lol.
3.6, there'll also be a story recap function. Stay tuned! But of course, as we move into version 3.4, we shall take the final step of the prophecy together and witness the truth and the fate of this world. And the myriad celestia that Mr. Shaoji hinted at in the version 3.2 preview is finally going live soon.
Oh, you mean what's happening beyond the sky? Is it also related to Amphorius and Era Nova?
We'll have to keep it a secret for now. Meanwhile, we'll be releasing an animated short. This animated short
Finan?
contains a very important part of the story in version 3.4. Can't spill too much here, but I can give you a little teaser.
I hope that this animated
This short
short.
will come with its own original theme song.
I'm hoping that if they
Don't
do
miss
an,
it.
Awesome.
these
Nice.
animated shorts where they put them
can't
in the
wait to
story
dive
like they
into
did
the
with
new story
Castorus,
already.
that they do it
Why
after
don't we
it
turn
comes
our
out
attention
and not
to our
before.
good friend Viden and take a look at his story together.
Fine. Because, like, I loved that they put the Castorus animation in the game, but I wish I wouldn't have seen it before I saw it in game, you know? But I don't know if they're going to be putting this one in game or not, so I'd rather just watch it before, you know? If it isn't. I just wish they would put it in the game before they put it on YouTube. Also, you know, I gotta react to it, because reactions get the views for me, for whatever reason.
What in the world happened to Finan to make him change this much?
This is nothing like the warm, sunny person we all know. Now he seems strange and formidable.
Oh, could you elaborate?
I remember when our buddy first showed up in Amphorius. Finan was one of the first Chrysosaurs to genuinely welcome them. And when danger came knocking, he
Finan
always
turned
had our
into
backs.
Kevin, so true.
But behind that kindness and reliability, Finan carries the expectations of many. He is the deliverer chosen by the prophecy, and Aglaya's hand-picked successor of the Flame Chase journey. Aglaya even used her own death to set him up for success by making the Council of Elders the focus of criticism, and allowing Finan to step up and rally the people.
Yeah, all of us have high hopes for him. Some even call him the Deliverer of Amphorius. Even Cypher, who barely ever showed her face, used to call him Little Deliverer Boy.
It's as if
Little
everyone just
deliverer boy.
assumes that he'll be a savior.
Now I'm curious. What was Finan like before he joined the Flame Chase journey? Was he one of those perfect kids everyone got compared to?
Before the Flame Chase journey, guess we've got to go back to my hometown, Ides Elysiae. It was a small, remote
Are we actually
village.
going there?
Nothing flashy, but far away from the chaos.
Ooh, sounds like a real peaceful place.
It was. And even though the village was small, everyone got along really well. There were also beautiful rivers and
God,
mountains.
once
and
again, I was
even a
gonna say the
forest.
bitrate on the stream is
That
so bad.
forest was home to all kinds of little fairies. When I was little, I'd go exploring the woods and visit those cute fairies. When I wasn't exploring, I'd go play with my friends by the sea. We pretended to be heroes from the old stories and practiced our, swordsmanship. When we got tired, we went to lie down in the wheat fields until we got called home for dinner.
No strife, no invaders, or any of that deliverance crisis stuff? Seems like a complete paradise.
The wheat fields look gorgeous too. lying there surrounded by golden waves of wheat, with the breeze carrying that sweet
Dang,
malted scent.
that's wheat. I
Just
can't
the thought
tell
of it
because
is
of
enough
the
to get me
blur.
excited.
And guess what? You won't have to imagine for long. In version 3.4, we get to explore ID's Elysiae alongside the Trailblazer. Learn about Finan's past, how it became a warrior, joined the
It's because
flame
we're restarting
chase,
the
and
loop,
grew
huh?
into
So
the
we're gonna start from the beginning.
Can't wait!
From a carefree little kid to the deliverer carrying everyone's hopes. You've really come a long way.
These days, Finan just gives off this heaviness. Like he'd still press on no matter how exhausted, just to live up to everyone's expectations.
Amphoris needed a hero, so he became one.
That was a good
The
pop.
Chrysos heirs needed hope and a leader, so that's who he became.
Take a shot every time they mention the version number.
Even though Finan's face is still the same, his whole vibe has shifted. His gaze is now sharp and commanding, completely different from before. Now we're just one step away from the era Nova that the prophecy foretold. The deepest truths of Amphoris are about to come to light. What trials lie ahead, and what choices will Finan make?
A hero's journey is never easy. But if the will in your heart is strong enough, no fire can burn you out. If anything, every trial is just a forge for an even brighter soul. I am more than ready.
Well said. Then let's let everyone experience it all themselves in version 3.4. Now let's take a look at how Finan performs in battle.
You got it. I'll first show up in the familiar form everyone knows. When using my skill, I'll
familiar
deal
form
damage to one
everybody
designated
knows.
enemy and adjacent targets.
Let
The
there
use
be
of my
light.
skill
Bro is
also
just
grants
Jesus.
me core flames. Once I've collected enough of them, I can activate my ultimate.
Wait, so core flames only come from using your skill?
Not at all. Finan can also gain core flames when he's selected as a target by a teammate or enemy ability. If he is the target of a teammate's ability, Finan will deal even more damage.
When I use my ultimate, I'll create a territory and transform.
After transforming, Finan powers up massively. Teammates temporarily retreat and can't take action, while he faces the enemy head-on with newfound strength.
All alone? That sounds way too risky.
No worries.
Bro doesn't even
All
look like the
talents and
same
buffs
guy
of Fine's
anymore.
teammates still stay active to provide him with much-needed support.
Exactly. After using the core flames
Bro
to
went Super
transform,
Saiyan.
I have access to the powers of 3 kinds of titans: Creation, Calamity, and Foundation, each with a brand new ability.
Care to elaborate on that?
3?
Tapping into the power of the Creation Titans, I can deal damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets.
That looked like
Calling upon the
looked
power
like
of the
Red
Calamity
Corruption
Titans,
shit, bro.
I'll enter a special state called Soul Scorch. In this state, I'll force all enemies to immediately take action, during which I receive reduced damage, and each hit I take builds up the Soul Scorch stack. Once all enemies have taken action, I retaliate, dealing damage to all enemies and then unleashing multiple instances of damage on one random enemy.
Heads up. The more Soul Scorch stacks he's got, the stronger that counterattack hits.
Animation
Using
power
these 2
creep.
abilities also grants me an exclusive charge called Scourge, which fuels my 3rd ability. With the power of the Foundation Titans, I dispel all debuffs on myself, then use Scourge
I
Charge
saw something
to deal bounce
horrible on
damage.
Twitter, but it
If
had
I've maxed
so
out the
many
consumable
likes.
Scourge Charge, I also slam all enemies with
It
extra
said
damage.
Once all his actions have been used up,
I don't even
Finan
know.
will
I
unleash
probably
one
shouldn't
final
say it. I'm not
blow,
gonna
hitting
say it.
all enemies before removing the territory. Finan's technique
Let's just
is
say there's
pretty
a world
unique, too.
event going
Upon
on,
casting it,
and someone
Finan
said
instantly
that
strikes all
had a
enemies
picture
at
of it and
certain
said
rate. The
they got
normal
early
enemies,
access
they're
to Finan.
immediately wiped out without even triggering a battle.
Wait, all
Horrible.
enemies? That's
Absolutely
nuts.
horrible.
Of course, power comes with a cost. This technique consumes 2 technique points.
If the technique misses, it won't cost
Oh,
any
no.
points. Plus, when Finan's in the team, the technique point cap goes up by 3.
When I use my
Horrible.
technique to enter combat,
How
I'll also
many-
regenerate
how many
energy for my
technique points?
teammates. In addition, at the start of each wave, I'll deal damage to all enemies and gain Scourge.
Oh, I see.
All right, now that we've wrapped up Finance combat abilities, it's time to bring you some updates on a few familiar faces. In version 3.4, Silverwolf, Blade, Kafka, and Jingliu are all getting some serious enhancements.
Let's go! Mr. Albert, please do tell us what's changing.
Let's start with Silverwolf.
Silverwolf,
After the optimizations, her ultimate now lowers the defense of all enemies instead of just one.
Oh,
Thank
so it's
God.
AoE now, not single target.
But just her ult?
Exactly. Meanwhile, she'll prioritize adding a weakness that matches the type of the first character in your lineup. On top of that,
Okay.
Silverwolf will regenerate extra energy at the start of combat and the beginning of each turn.
Oh,
so
that
her-
makes it a
her
lot easier to apply the
ultimate will
weakness
be
we
up more.
actually want.
Next up, Kafka. After the buffs, Kafka's skill will trigger more DOT on enemies. And whenever a teammate hits an enemy target with any
Or
kind of attack,
DOT on enemies.
Kafka will launch a follow-up attack.
Kafka
After
gonna be
locking certain
meta?
traces, the follow-up attack can also trigger extra DOT on the enemy. And using her ultimate recovers the number of times the follow-up attack can be triggered.
I'm so glad they're
So
buffing the old
basically,
characters.
Kafka's got more frequent follow-up attacks, better efficiency applying debuffs, and an overall boost to DOT output.
Yeah, for sure.
And now for Blade. After the update,
Blade.
he will deal damage to enemies
What about
based on his
Jingliu?
max HP. When Blade enters the Hellscape state, he is more likely to be attacked, and his follow-up attacks will regenerate extra energy.
Sounds like Blade can trigger more follow-ups and use his ultimate more often, meaning his total damage output's gonna spike.
Good observation. A change will happen to Jingliu as well. Now
There we go.
she'll deal damage to enemies based on her max HP. Each time a teammate loses HP, Jingliu stacks extra crit damage. After she enters the spectral transmigration state, she'll also gain a stack of syzygy. That
Jingliu
means
meta?
the spectral transmigration state lasts longer.
Dude, I remember
and
when
the
Jingliu
overall
used to be
damage
so
output
broken, and
climbs
now she's
even
like,
higher
she hits like a
accordingly.
wet noodle.
Our old friends sure are getting some solid upgrades. But with all these ability reworks, won't their Eidolons be affected?
Oh, don't worry, Professor Anaxa. Some of our old friends' Eidolons will be tweaked to better match the
Ooh,
revamped
C2 will
kits,
be
making sure
changed
everything
for
stays in
Silverwolf.
sync.
But what if someone wants to stick with their previous version of their abilities?
That won't be a problem. You can switch
But
between
why
our
would you
friends'
wanna do
ability
that?
modes freely. So choose whichever version you like
I
best.
find it funny that they've
For
been
more
adding these
details,
buffs,
be
but then
sure
they
to
have
keep an
like
eye
a
out
revert
for
buff
official
button.
announcements.
Sounds good.
All I gotta say is Genshin can
Aside from the
never.
ability reworks, one more old friend of ours is getting something new this time around.
Although Genshin doesn't need it.
Oh, who is it?
In version 3.4.
I mean, option's an option, I guess, but I just think it's
brand new
funny.
outfit, Spring Missive.
Firefly
making
is
its
getting an
debut.
outfit?
A new
Look
outfit.
at that.
Ooh, let's take a look at the video clip first.
What are they gonna put in fire? They put her in a school outfit? Of course they did. Why wouldn't they? That's the most magical girl shit I've ever seen.
With her school uniform on, Firefly looks more youthful than ever.
This is the
And that
second
Firefly-shaped brooch on her
skin
chest.
in
You can
HSR,
tell
which
she
is
put a
so
lot of
weird
thought into
considering
picking it out.
ZZZ already
Maybe
has
she
like,
even
what,
asked for
5?
fashion advice from her fellow Stellaron hunters.
Well, Miss Kafka does have an eye for style. They must have talked a lot about it behind the scenes.
Even her mech's had a makeover. You think she spruces it up during downtime to match her outfit changes?
Wait, Sam
Oh,
looked
totally
different?
possible. If I had a mech, I'd also probably coordinate it with my outfit. New theme, new
I didn't
colors.
see Sam looking any
The whole
different.
look has to be consistent. You'll be able to grab Firefly's new look from the contract shop using Oniric shards. And again, please stay tuned for further details.
I
and
wish they
future
would let you
official
purchase outfits with the.
Next, let's take
currency
a look
instead
at
of-
this version's banner.
I know why they
In version
don't. but-
3.4's first half warp event, Trailblazers can acquire the
Sam
limited
Green, I
5-star
remember. I totally
character
missed it.
Find It. And the limited 5-star light cone, thus burns the dawn, will have a boosted drop rate. Also, a brand new 4-star light cone for the Path of Remembrance, the story's next page, is being added to the first half banner. At the same time, we'll also kick off
Already?
a special warp event, The limited 5-star.
I swear they're doing like reruns of these characters
Sunday
so
and
quickly.
Sparkle are coming back. Plus,
Damn Forest
5-star light
characters.
cones if time were a flower, a grounded ascent. And
I don't think it's a bad
the
thing.
escapade will return as well. In the second half of version 3.4, we've got another round of special warp events. Limited 5-star characters, Firefly, Jingliu, and Blade will be back along with the limited 5-star light cones. Whereabouts your dreams rest, I shall be my own sword and the unreachable side.
Mm-hmm. Two of our newly buffed old friends are making a comeback in this version. What about Kafka and
We
Silverwolf?
buffed them,
Here's a
so
little
let's
sneak
make
peek.
sure
The limited
to...
5-star characters, Kafka and Silver Wolf, will be back in version 3.5. And the limited 5-star light
They buffed
cones,
them just to
Patience is
sell
all
them
you
again.
need, and Incessant Rain will rerun as well.
Nice!
So that's why I don't get why they don't just buff old characters
new
anyway.
4-star light cones will
Keep
be
them
added to
relevant.
the Nameless Honor Rewards in version 3.4.
So people actually
I
want
see
to pull
quite a
from.
few familiar faces on the light cones.
Holy
There
new
are a
light
few mini
cones.
versions of Chrysos Heirs.
Looks like Finan really does enjoy spending his days in the wheat fields.
Nature's mattress. Can't beat that level of comfort.
For sure.
All right, let's take a quick break. There's still more version 3.4 content coming your way.
DS3 6 CVB UMTZB.
Welcome back! Let's take a look at the events in this version. A piece of good news comes from Penacony at the other end of the cosmos. Origami Bird Clash is about to return in version 3.4.
I haven't done any of the events in HSR this
Is that the
patch.
cute match 3 game?
That's right! The International Peace Corporation has officially sponsored Origami Bird Clash and hopes to promote this arcade game full of Penaconian flavor throughout the whole cosmos. And the first step to starting that grand venture will be to open up the original shop arcade on the Trailblazers Radiant Feldspar.
There needs to be some new game modes for the game to make a name for itself, right?
Of course! This time, the two players will take turns acting on the same field, and every player has a set number of moves. You can eliminate 4 or more fruits to form bombs and obtain extra moves.
You can also get extra moves when you swap
I
2
actually like
super
this
bombs
event,
to trigger
actually,
a
though.
combo elimination.
Oh no! I see obstacles popping up on the field. How are we supposed to deal with those?
Not to worry. In this version of the Origami Bird Clash, there will be lots of new items that can help you in battle. For example,
of new
Shattering
items.
Hammer can eliminate any individual fruit or obstacle. Spicy Bomb can turn a fruit into a bomb, and Reset Cube can reset all fruits on the field. Leveling up items will also make them more powerful.
As long as you pick the right item at the right time, you can turn the tide and deliver a powerful blow to your opponent.
There are plenty of familiar faces among our opponents this time.
That's right. Trailblazers can still battle against many old friends in this event. In addition to participating in story challenges, Trailblazers can also do open challenges with friends from across the universe. This multiplayer mode won't end with version 3.4 either. Origami Bird Clash will replace the Seal Slammers multiplayer mode and become the new long-term co-op game mode.
We're done slamming seals. Now it's time for slamming paper birds.
Out of context, that is
Alright,
so
Let us
bad.
continue with more version content. Our old friend Gift of Odyssey returns as usual in version 3.4.
Nice!
The Planar Fissure and Realm of the Strange events will also return. Complete the challenges to get double rewards.
Yep. In version 3.4, Stagnant Shadow, Shape of Cinders will also come online. And you can obtain the Ascension material, Charred Bud of Twilight, for wind characters upon completing the challenge.
At the same time, the planar ornaments, Arcadia of Woven Dreams, and Revelry by the Sea will also come online. Trailblazers can obtain them in the Divergent universe.
Ugh, why did my seat collapse?
I like how that's just like men.
In addition, I'd like to share with you some information about a few events outside the game. First, the annual Hoyo Fest Off-White exhibition will begin in July. This year's event venues have been completely upgraded, and the events will be held in core cities in 6 Southeast Asian countries.
That's right! We've also prepared a lot of event missions and new merchandise. Please follow our official channels for details about the events and tickets.
In addition, Honkai Star Rail will be joining Anime Expo this July. Come visit the Star Rail booth and claim free limited gifts.
A special panel for Honkai Star Rail will also be
Oh
held
my
at
god,
Anime
it's trash
Expo,
taste.
featuring several special guests.
Please keep an eye out for more info and official announcements. See you at Anime Expo.
Well, thank you all for your kind introductions. Let me see. We're almost out of time. We'll move it on to our next show in just a sec.
You seem mighty busy, Owlbert.
Well, I am a professional superhost.
What's
Oh,
going
no.
on?
Why has he got a circle around him?
Hey, what's going
Hey.
on?
Probably.
It's not my time yet.
Oh! Yo, we got the Giga Chads.
The concept of a holy grail.
Bust.
Welcome
Or maybe
to the
I'll
live
take it
stage of the Honkai Star Rail and Fate's Day Night Unlimited Blade Works collab special program.
Ah, long time no see, everyone. I'm a venturine from the Interastral Peace Corporation.
Howdy, Galaxy Ranger Boot Hill, at your service.
Welcome, both of you.
Motherfucker.
I, Albert, have apparently been summoned by the Holy Grail to be this show's host today.
Taking it on with this.
Could your class be... speaker?
Son of a gun. Ah, that's funny.
Maybe you two can call me presenter instead.
Like how they all have hats on.
Well, presenter doesn't sound half
Hat
bad.
gang.
In that case, why don't you present the situation to our audience? Explain what you meant by summoned by the Holy Grail and why we've arrived at Penacony.
Well, the cosmos is full of surprises. Soon after the ripples of the Charmony Festival had calmed, the Trailblazer received a secret invitation from old Odie, head of the Alfalfa family. It turns out that the old Jen is planning a brand new entertainment spectacle called Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War.
Sweet dreams are made of
Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War. Sounds like a Holy Grail War is taking place in the Sweet Dream.
There's
I
no
have
way he
no
just said
idea
that.
where old Odie got his Holy Grail from. Let me give a brief explanation of everything here. It's said that the Holy Grail is a wish-granting chalice that can manifest any miracle. And the Holy Grail War is a magecraft ritual for obtaining that power. As long as you win in the brutal contest of the Holy Grail War, the Grail can fulfill your wishes.
Unfortunately, I know pretty much nothing about Fate. I hope I can still enjoy the event. I probably will.
Putting on a new show already.
Hey, don't forget that Penacony prides itself on being a holiday resort. How are they going to attract tourists if they don't have any events? Besides, didn't the last Charmony Festival have a little accident? I mean, that probably wasn't great for Penacony's image. The family's definitely going to want to find another opportunity to generate some buzz.
Well, I heard that old Odie hopes to make the Penacony and Holy Grail War into a new show that rivals the Charmony Festival, therefore returning Penacony to the cosmic limelight.
With dreams as the gimmick, the show is sure to attract a lot of money and a lot of dream chasers.
Why'd he laugh
I bet
like
old
that?
Odie is thinking of the same thing.
This Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War program will be conducted in Penacony. The 7 invited participants will summon famous historical figures to fight alongside them as their servants. And the final winner will receive the precious opportunity to make their wish come true.
Chance to make any wish and any miracle come true. Well, that's definitely a nice gimmick. But, as we all know, people die if they're killed. Bullets don't discriminate, so someone gets caught in the crossfire.
Rest
People
assured,
die
everyone, the Sweet
if they're
Dreams and the Holy
killed.
Grail War production crew hereby swear that no one's life will be in danger in the dream. Everyone can participate.
Guys, I think we're at a
and
table
watch
of
in
idiots.
All right, all right.
But we love our idiots.
Well, since it's you, Owlbird, I'll believe it for now. So, who's participating?
To start off, the owner of the Radiant Feldspar, shareholder of Penacone Superstar, the Soul Glad Festivity, our dear Trailblazer will be participating.
Oh, so the Trailblazer will be taking part in another adventure.
That's right. In addition, Miss Robin will also be a part of this war.
Well, as another Penaconian
Part of the
shareholder, the Interastral Peace Corporation's Strategic Investment Department sent me as their representative in the war.
The Galaxy Ranger Boodle will also participate in this Holy Grail War.
Actually, I was just wondering, why is a criminal wanted by the IPC participating in this?
Micah got an invitation too, but he has no time for this. I can't turn a blind eye when someone's in a tight spot, so helping out was the least I could do.
Looks like Mr. Boodle really has formed deep bonds with folks in Dreamflux Reef.
Well, apart
There's a
from
lot of
those we've
cards left, though.
mentioned, are there any other special participants that we've been looking forward to in this Holy Grail War?
Of course! Apart from local Penaconian heroic spirits, 3 very well-known heroic spirits will also arrive by the Grail Summon and participate in this Holy Grail War. They are respectively Saber, Archer,
No way.
and Lancer.
That's what I'm talking about. I wonder which heroic spirit will end up accepting a contract with the Trailblazer.
Now, see? This is how you attract attention. Now we're gonna get tons of views. That's why you pay big bucks to get the big names. As to what stories will unfold in this Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War, and who will forge a contract with who,
I remember
Trailblazers will have
Brax
to
was like
find out
really sad that
in the
they
game.
didn't do Rin
Here's
or
a
whatever.
reminder that the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration Trailblaze Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail will officially start on July 11th.
Wait, is it Trailblaze
Keep an eye out for
Continuance?
Now let's learn more about Saber and Archer, our 2 heroic spirits from another world.
Oh, yes!
Saber's dress seems a little different from usual now that she's arrived in Penacony.
Well, this is the planet of festivities after all. You gotta dress up for the occasion.
Exactly right. The King of Night's new outfit was personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It retains her iconic blue and white colors.
And her iconic ahoge.
That's right. It retains the nobility of a king and also emphasizes utility for a warrior. The lines along her shoulders and her cloak are straightforward, while the design of her skirt is quite reminiscent of timeless British fashion. As for how she looks in the game, well...
いつでも出陣できます。燃えさせ、騎士の魂よ。
Dang, her model looks better than all the HSR characters. No, I'm just kidding.
ストライク、エア。
I'm just kidding.
クス。カイバー。
It actually does look really good though.
聖剣解放。
Well, butter my fudge and call me a biscuit. That Excalibur truly shows her strength as a king.
Everyone, she doesn't have an English
talk
voice.
about fancy visuals.
And how come the King of Knights is always stuffing her face? Even in Penacony.
Oh, looks like Penaconian food is very much to her liking.
That's right. You can't fight on an empty stomach. Now, let's see how the King of Knights performs in battle.
Saber is a wind character following the path of destruction. Saber will gain a certain amount of core resonance when she enters battle. If she uses her technique in the overworld, Saber will obtain combat buffs and also more core resonances after entering battle. When she uses her basic attack, she can deal damage to a single enemy.
The King of Knights is cautious as ever in this new world. I see she's still hiding her weapon's appearance and true name.
When she uses her skill, Saber will deal damage to one designated enemy and its adjacent targets. If Saber has enough core resonance at that time, she'll consume core resonance to regenerate massive amounts of energy for herself and increase her skill's damage.
In other words, you need to accumulate as much core resonance as possible to increase the damage Saber deals.
Exactly.
Are there any other ways to obtain core resonance?
Yes, there are. Whenever any ally uses their ultimate, Saber obtains core resonance and increases her own damage dealt.
Behold, the King of Knights has dispelled invisible air, barrier of the Wind King around her sword, releasing high-pressure air in the blink of an eye to form Strike Air, hammer of the Wind King, dealing a devastating blow to the enemy. When using her ultimate, Saber will deal damage to all enemies and turn her basic attack into Enhanced Basic Attack. Her Enhanced Basic Attack can damage all enemies and provide Saber with a certain amount of core resonance. Also, during battle, if the sum of Saber's energy and the energy she can regenerate via consuming core resonance exceeds the amount of energy she needs to use her ultimate, Saber will immediately take action.
So if you replenish core resonance in as many ways as possible, you can use Excalibur more frequently.
That's right. Not only does this sword bear the King of Knights past, present, and future, but it also represents the noble ideal that was held in the hearts of the countless soldiers who once followed her in battle. All right, that concludes Saber's introduction. Now we'll move on to our next otherworldly heroic spirit, Archer.
Oh, seems like Archer cares about this Holy Grail war very much. He put on a new
The
outfit,
Hunt
too.
Quantum.
He even changed where his accessories
Zealous
go.
found even more
Those
in a
decorations he had on
bitch.
his chest are now on his shoulders.
What sharp eyes you've got, dear guest. Archer's new outfit was also personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi.
Archer.
It has the classic red and black look. The sharp contrasts, reminiscent
gamer
of a
colors.
blazing fire in the deep night, imbued with a dangerous allure. The combination of the long trench coat with skin-tight combat gear emphasizes his lean figure and is the perfect fusion of attractiveness and strength.
You got that right. Director, show us the game footage already.
I don't think so, actually. Why does he have the Trailblazers bet?
I am the bond of my soul. Unlimited blade works.
From what I can tell, I think the Fate banners are gonna be going for multiple patches.
So that's Unlimited Blade Works? Oh, quite impressive indeed. After
Quite
all, Archer
impressive
is a seasoned veteran of war.
I am the bone of my sword. That sentence sure brings back a lot of memories.
I agree.
Well then, let's take a look at Archer's combat performance in detail.
Okay, Archer is a quantum character following the path of the hunt. When he uses his basic attack, Archer can deal damage to one designated enemy.
An archer in close combat. That's pretty gutsy, I'll give him that.
Oh,
That's
gotcha.
right. But Archer hasn't exactly slacked off on his marksmanship training since coming to Penacony. When using his skill, Archer will consume 2 skill points to enter the circuit connection state, dealing damage to one designated enemy. While in the circuit connection state, Archer's turn will not end after he uses his skill, and he can continue to use his skill until he runs out of skill points.
Heads up, the more times you use his
Better
skill
Zila.
consecutively, the more damage Archer deals to enemies. After all,
Yeah, I don't think
everyone
either
knows
of
that a
the,
dual-wielding fighter who
Fate
can't
characters
use
are
the
gonna
noble
have
phantasm isn't a good archer.
English voiceover, which is kind of weird,
Using
but
his
I mean, I
ultimate,
guess they never had
Archer will
English
recite
voiceover in the
classic
first place,
chant to
question mark?
activate unlimited blade wax, dealing damage to one enemy.
Apart from damaging the enemy, Archer's ultimate also grants him special charge. After any of his teammates' attacks, Archer will consume special charge to use a follow-up attack against the enemy targets, while also recovering 1 skill point for the team.
Oh, in that case, there's no need to worry about running out of skill points again.
He just couldn't help himself and had to use his favorite twin blades.
When he uses his technique to enter battle, Archer will deal damage to all enemies and obtain special charge.
And that's a wrap on Archer's introduction. Now, I have big news for everyone. From when the collab event starts on July 11th and until the end of version 3.6, Trailblazers can log into the game to claim the limited 5-star collab character Archer for free!
Oh,
Nice.
awesome!
We hope that, under Archer's protection, every adventure that the Trailblazers embark on
I should
will
be
keep open the dark clouds and become a saga sung throughout the cosmos.
That's
We
so
also
funny.
hope that your encounter, or for some of you, a reunion, with
Yeah,
the
did you guys
servants
see my
across
Oscar
this vast
performance of
universe
Ether
will
and
bring you
Lumine?
all the
Yeah,
wonderful memories.
absolute
in the days
legend
to
out here.
come.
Oh, yeah! How about that? The free new limited 5-star character mentioned during the anniversary celebration is finally here as promised!
Actually, there's even more! Later this year, Trailblazers will get another brand new limited 5-star character totally for free!
Oh, awesome!
Have I tried?
But let's keep our eyes on the present for now. I'm not quite done yet.
Do I want to
Besides claiming
enter the
Archer for
voice acting scene
Trailblazers
here in
can also directly
America?
obtain a set amount of character enhancement materials
After all
for
the shit that
Archer.
just went down? I don't know,
Wow,
man.
how thoughtful!
Yeah, this version's got a lot of characters to level up after all.
All right, let's check
No,
out the
you
banner
do not.
details. Once the collab starts on July 11th, Trailblazers can use Star Rail special passes in the character collaboration warps Excalibur Excelsior and the Bone of My Sword to obtain the limited 5-star characters Saber and Archer respectively. In the Light Cone collaboration warp, Trailblazers can get the limited 5-star Light Cone, A Thankless Coronation from Birth of a King, and the limited
I know
5-star
nothing
Light
about
Cone,
Archer
The
or
Hell
Saber,
Where Ideals
so-
Burn from Red Radiance of Fuyuki. In addition, pity counts are shared between the character collaboration warp banners and also separately shared between the Light Cone collaboration banners, but neither carries over to other types of warps.
Okay.
It's worth mentioning here that the character and Light Cone collab banners will stay open long-term after the event starts.
Does long-term mean even after versions 3.4 or 3.6 wrap up, you can still pull Saber, Archer, and the limited 5-star Light Cones?
Exactly.
Oh,
These collab
okay.
banners will run across multiple versions with no fixed end date yet.
Oh, nice!
Okay, so they're gonna be here for a
Here's
while.
one more piece of news for you all. Throughout the entire duration of version 3.4, using Star Rail special passes for your warps will bring some special limited time discounts. After the collab
What?
event starts, when Trailblazers spend a designated number of Star Rail special
200?
passes, they can directly obtain the limited 5-star Light Cone.
any
The
warp event.
Hell where ideals burn.
Throughout
so you
all
get
of
200
version
polls
3.4?
of special.
In other
Special
words,
polls, you
after
get
the
a
3.4
free-
update and before the
Okay,
collab event
I get
starts, any Star Rail special passes used in the banners for Finan or other rerun characters will still count toward the total, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Oh, yeah!
So
And
I'd
now,
say a lot
as
of
the
people would
collab
probably get
kicks
that
off, the
cone.
voice actors for Saber and Archer have some things they'd like to say to all of us.
They better be subtitled.
And then we're back to hear their special messages.
これからマスターになる開拓者の皆さん、
Okay, this.
こんばんは。セーバー役のカズメヤコです。崩壊スターレールとフェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレードワークスのコラボが間もなく開催ということで、私もとてもワクワクしています。この2つの作品にはどこか似ているものがあるなと感じました。剣を手に運命と立ち向かうセーバーの姿は厳しい冒険の中でも前へと進み続け
I
る
like what they
開拓
did
者の
with her
姿と似ているのではないかなと思いました。収録中はフェイトとスターレールの世界観が混ざり合い新たな魅力が生まれていくのを感じました。あまり多くは話せないのですが、セーバーがスターレールの世界でどのように信念と理想を貫いていくのか、ぜひお楽しみください。このコラボがたくさんの皆さんに楽しんでいただけたら嬉しいです。星々と聖杯が交わる旅の中で、あなただけの熱い思いとロマンに出会えますように。それでは最後に、開拓者よ、あなたが私のマスターか。
これからマスターになる開拓者の皆さん、こんばんは。フェイトステイナイトでアーチャーを担当しております声優の諏訪部純一です。崩壊スターレイルとフェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレードワークスのコラボが間もなく開催となります。赤い九兵はあまたの世界を旅してきましたが、ピノコニで繰り広げられる聖杯戦争は彼にとってこれまでとは全く違うものになるのではないでしょうか。崩壊スターレイルの世界でアーチャーが戦う姿が見られるのが本当に楽しみです。おなじみのキャラクターたちが未知の銀河で自分をどのように再定義していくのか、その行方をぜひ見届けてください。収録の際にアーチャーの戦闘シーン見せていただいたんですが、アンリミテッドブレードワークスの演出がとってもかっこよかったです。いや、気に入りました。素晴らしかったです。今回のコラボ企画の中でもアーチャーのかっこよさ存分にお楽しみいただけると思いますので、絶対にプレイしてくださいね。これはまたとんでもないマスターに引き当てられたものだ。
Alright! Big thanks to our voice actors for the
Don't know anything about Fate, so I can't tell
With
you.
the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collab about to launch, we want to take this opportunity on the program to sincerely thank all our partners in this collaboration. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to Mr. Kinoko Nasu and Mr. Takashi Takeuchi for their unwavering support from the earliest planning stages to the final implementation. And thank you to the Animation Production Committee and everyone else involved for all their hard work on this collab.
Y'all are much appreciated.
Honestly, it's only with this kind of dedication that we can bring you all the ultimate joy!
In order to showcase the Holy Grail War from multiple angles and levels, the organizers say that they've also prepared another combat-filled program, Fate Stay Night. It was a night with no wind and no moon under the cool breeze of Penacony. The Trailblazer met the red-haired Lancer destined to cross their path. He stepped forward, raising his spear and uttered that iconic line.
The goddess of beauty is the most peerless beauty of them all.
Oh, so it's that red-haired Lancer.
You got it. After the sweet dreams in the Holy Grail War tournament, the genius Skullum made some modifications to the Holy Grail. Now, the Grail can load the simulated data of past striders through the user's memories. So in Fate Stay Night, Trailblazers will face off against many familiar and old friends in intense V1 battles. Each contestant starts with unique skills and a set amount of health. Losing a round means losing health. And when your health hits 0,
Damn, Kayla's just killed
Is there a
you.
smart way to beat your opponents?
At the start of the game, Trailblazers get some free pieces, each with different classes that grant different buffs. You can merge identical pieces to upgrade them. The higher the piece's rarity, the stronger the buff. Pieces of the same class have bonds between them too. Collect enough pieces of the same class, and you activate special bond effects that give you a serious boost in battle.
Looks like bonds are super important in this Holy Grail War, huh?
Absolutely. And that's not all. Trailblazers can also acquire noble phantasms during battle for extra help. Plus, during combat, Trailblazers can have the chance to get 3 command spells. Using these spells grants additional buffs.
Command spells, huh? Well, I'm curious. What role is the Trailblazer playing this time?
It's player.
This Grail feels kind of off. Forking hell! Could it be corrupted?
You right on the money. Trailblazers can increase the Holy Grail's corruption level to unlock extra buff mechanics. The higher the corruption level, the more points you earn when you win. Heads up, raising corruption level also powers up your enemies. So watch your step, Trailblazers.
Oh, but don't worry too much. After all, this is a reality show competition, and just for entertainment. The organizers of Fate Stay Night have also prepared a special Protected Mode competition. In Protected Mode, Trailblazers can fight using trial characters, and enemy strength is toned down.
Ah! This way, new Trailblazers can jump in and fully enjoy the Holy Grail War experience.
Exactly. The production team cordially invites everyone watching to stay the night. experience some epic battle action,
And score yourself some stellar jades and other awesome rewards.
Now, just a quick reminder, this Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration is split into 2 parts. The Trailblaze Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail, and the event, Fate Stay Night. The Fate Stay Night event will open for play on July 11th. The 2 programs stand on their own, so Trailblazers can dive into each separately.
Awesome!
Oh,
So much
yes.
content!
All right.
So
Big
much
thanks again to our
content.
2 guests. That wraps up today's Fate Collab Update.
Presenter, your mission is complete.
It's all part of the job. Anything for the Trailblazers. So Trailblazers, my honored masters, let's meet again in version 3.4. See you there.
We hope you'll stay the night.
Bye-bye.
See you next time, guys.
See you next time.
Bye.
What the heck, Albert? All right. I guess that's it. Alrighty. Well, HSR 3.4. Looks like HSR update. I'm gonna go to bed now. I got work in the morning, so. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all.